Hello, everybody. Welcome back into the Athletic and Wellness Center here in Scarborough. Zach Phillips alongside producer Leo Soler-Sano, bringing you now the men's game between the Durham Lords and the Centennial Colts. The Centennial Colts are coming into this one at 4-3 record, hosting the Eastern Division first place team at 7-0 in the Durham Lords. Tavon Mars-Buckley is going to look to be leading the way for the Centennial Colts here this evening, I guess. Now we're working our way into the night. Mars-Buckley currently sits at second in the league in points per game at just over 19. Meanwhile, the Lords coming into this one at the perfect 7-0 are down around the middle of the pack and 11th place in points per game, while the Colts sit in third in points per game. So we could see a good matchup here as the Lords rely heavily on defense, but Centennial, they can score. We're going to have the starting lineups here in a couple minutes, and we'll be ready to get going in a couple moments here in the AWC. We're just about ready to get underway here between the Durham Lords and the Centennial Colts. OCAA Eastern Division men's basketball action. Starting lineups for your Centennial Colts on the floor: Kane Caesar, Tavon Buckley, Tayshawn Crawford, and Simon Ewan, alongside Xander Wilson. For the Lords, Javade Marney, Miles Hall, Rashane Smith, Jashawn Elliott, and Mark Stoop. Centennial working with it here now off the opening tip. That's Ewan with it. He's going to drive. Stoop greets him. As the shot clock was expiring, nothing doing, no call. Durham's going to take over. Stoop's going to inbound it there. That's Miles Hall with it. Miles Hall, fourth year with the Lords. Finds Marty, who gives it back to Elliott. Hall with it. He drives, puts it up, and it falls. Shot clock was winding down. Heavy press there by the Lords. Jashawn Elliott. It's going to be Colts ball, though, after it ends up rolling out of bounds. Working hard on it there, Kane Caesar, to get it up over half. That one's going to go out of bounds. This time it will be Lords ball. So a chance to double their early lead here. Here comes Hall. Gets it right back from Elliott. That's Mark Stoop in there. Also in his fourth year with the Lords. 6'6", Oshawa, Ontario native. Kane Caesar drives. Sorry, that was Tayshawn Crawford drives. He's met at the rim by Miles Hall. Whistle comes in, and he's going to go to shoot two. Tayshawn Crawford coming into today. 65.5% shooter from the line. Averaging about 4 throws a game. Mixes the second one. And early on, it's a 4-1 Lords lead. Arnie over to Hall, who just drives and puts it back. Now up to 5 points early on here for the 7-0 Durham Lords. They'll fight for that one on the floor. Bad ball handling there from the Colts. And Durham will take it back up the other way. Hall just decides to shoot off the rim. Rebounded, though, in there. Whistle comes. That was Rashane Smith trying to put that rebound home. Fouled on his way up. So we get an early timeout call here by the Colts. Mentioned Tavon Mars-Buckley leading the way for Centennial and second in the league with 19.2 points per game. Get a look at some early highlights there as the Lords build out their 8-1 lead early on. Durham coming in undefeated, taking on the 4-3 Colts, who have regained their footing here in this early part of the season. Tough loss last time out against Georgian. After breaking off 4 straight wins. 3 of them coming on the road, but back home here on a Wednesday trying to take down the league's best. Out of the break, Rashane Smith hits his first one. Rashane Smith coming into the day a 60% free throw shooter, just under. He gets around 3 throws a game, averaging around 17 minutes. That pass, an errant one, misses Buckley down on the corner. Still sitting at just 1 point right now are the Colts. 2.5 minutes into this one. Marnie and Hall play catch. Down into the corner goes Elliott. Misses the 3-point attempt, and the Colts take it back the other way. Buckley finds Kane Caesar. Xander Wilson with it. Back out to Caesar. As Crawford decides to drive with the clock winding down, it expires. Quick break the other way. That's Javade Marnie tucking it home. 10-1 early here. As we're going to have a conversation between the officials just to make sure they got that call right. And it will be corrected to be Colts ball, so good job there by the officiating crew coming together to get that one right. Crawford will inbound, trying to find Wilson. It's knocked away by the Lords, but ends up in the hands of Quentin McCarthy, who's been having an electric year from 3-point range. This one ends up back the other way. Hall with it. Can't get it to go. On the rebound, that's Rashane Smith fighting it and putting it back. A quick 12-1 lead. And a turnover is going to make it even worse here. As Marnie goes up, tucks another one. Good night. And the Colts are forced into their second timeout early on. So a 14-1 Lords lead as the 7-0 Durham team takes it to the Colts early. We'll take a quick breather up here in the booth and come right back. Hello everybody, welcome back. Colts ball here. Still midway through the first quarter. Durham Lords in town. Colts working the ball around. That's Simon Ewan with it. Jostled around. Another fast break the other way. And this time it's slammed home. Javade Marnie slams it home for the Lords, but a quick response all the way back up the floor was Tayshawn Crawford responding with a bucket of his own. That'll give the Colts their first bucket of the game as they've been riding off of a free throw for the first 4 minutes. Lords tucked that one in as well, and it's 18-3. We're going to call stepping out of bounds No, they actually did call a foul. So Crawford will inbound it here as a substitution comes in. It'll be Buckley checking out. Ewan checking back in. Abdullah Sudani also on the floor. McCarthy puts one up off the rim, no good. Rebounded by Caleb Carter, and the Lords regroup back Centennial's way. Carter with it. Finds Rudy Fahik, That three-point attempt, no close, and the shot clock expires. Colts will regain possession here, down 15 points. That's Quentin McCarthy. Mentioned his lethal three-point range, a 40% three-point shooter on 6.5 attempts a game. That one's rebounded again by Durham. Back the other way. Ooh, he went up for it, but he couldn't stuff it home. Back quickly now is Centennial. It's McCarthy. He'll go up and over, and it's now just 11 points, the difference here. Lords working. Mark Stoop at the top. He can't get it to fall. Ewan trying to find Malik Taylor Williams in there alongside Xander Wilson, nothing doing. Quickly back the other way. Carter puts up a three, no good. Javed Marnie drives with the shot clock expiring. It's short, and Abdullah Sadani, quick transition back the other way, gets the layup to fall. Taking a look at that replay. Nice job there by Abdullah Sadani, fresh into the game. That's Rudy Fahik over to Javed Marnie. Little switch there. Fake the switch with Caleb Carter. A little bit errant pass, still ends up in the hands of the Lords. Caleb Carter puts it up, no good. Shot clock was near zero. That bounce pass from Crawford to Wilson. He's out of his reach as he wasn't looking. And the Colts are a little out of sync here early on in the first quarter. Head coach Michael Jackman, a little animated over there on the sideline. Lords will get it in, quickly back up the other way. Elliott trying to find Glody Kashala fresh into the game for the Lords. Darius Talbot now on the floor. He finds Sudani. Sudani goes up, can't get it to fall, rebounded there by Stoop. Stoop will hand it over to Deshaun Elliott, and the Lords will try to set something up as Elliott does exactly what I said they weren't doing, drives to the rim, draws the foul, and will shoot a pair if they said he was going up for it. He won't shoot two, he will inbound. Quickly in for Morris, Zach Morris now into the game. Got a new look on the floor for the Lords. Rudy Fahik, Zach Morris, Jashawn Elliott, Glody Kashala, and Caleb Carter. Meanwhile, Darius Talbot, Tayshawn Crawford, Simon Ewan, Abdullah Sadani, and checking in for Quentin McCarthy is Myers Buckley. Carter knocks down his first free throw. Coming into today, Carter was a 50% free throw shooter, but hasn't taken that many attempts. Averaging just 15 minutes a game, hasn't started one yet. As Darius Talbot tries to get something going there, but he is rejected. 2 minutes to go here in the first quarter. 20-7, the Lords lead. Working the ball around. Elliott with it now. He decides to shoot. Doesn't go. Rebound goes off Kashala and out of bounds, so Colts will take over. There's Simon Ewan with it, who gives it to Darius Talbot. Back to Ewan. Ewan's blocked at the net there. I think that was Morris with a hand on it. Quickly back the other way. Oh my goodness gracious. That was almost a hammer from Jay-Sean Elliott, but good defense coming in by the Colts prevents him from bringing the house down. Take a look at the replay here. Good job by Tayshawn Crawford to go up with them. That took a lot of gut, and he was step for step the whole way. That could have brought this place to the floor. Colts survive a bullet there. Here's Buckley dancing around, trying to drive. Nice cut there by Tavon Buckley. Good look on the replay from our crew. Rudy Fahik with it. Worked its way back to Jay-Sean Elliott, who this time drives again with a nice little move, but can't get that one to fall either. Myers Buckley with the step aside, off the rim, no good. Fahik with it again, quickly brought back the other way to the corner for three, no good. Caleb Carter almost knocked that one down, just missed. That one still hasn't gone down, but it will fall for Zach Morris. And the Lords piling on here in the first quarter. Sudani trying to crash, unable to do so. Called on the travel. Substitution coming in for both sides. Jaden Williams will hit the floor for the first time here tonight for the Colts. Sudani will take a break. So it's Talbot, Buckley, Crawford, Williams, and Ewan on for Centennial. 10 seconds to go in the first quarter. That one falls through. 2 to shoot. Won't get one off. And a troublesome first quarter for the Centennial Colts as they find themselves down 15 points. Javade Marnie, Miles Hall, and Jay-Sean Elliott driving the offense here for the Lords. 10 of 24 from the field. As we take a quick break up here with some first quarter highlights to play you into the break. Hello, everybody. Welcome back into the AWC. Zach Phillips here alongside producer Leo Soler-Sano. We're going to give you another look at the Jay-Sean Elliott dunk attempt. Tayshawn Crawford back on defense, goes right up with him. Man, good defense there, but Jay-Sean Elliott had the potential to bring the rim with him to the ground. Could have been a bad one here. But we move on. 24-9, Lords lead. Here's Hall with it. He goes up and around. That's a beautiful finish there by Miles Hall. Pressured heavily was Jalen Colburn trying to get it over half. Does so. Myers Buckley takes over and says, let me do the rest. Nice drive finish for the and one, Tavon Buckley. Myers Buckley will try to finish off the three-point play. An 80% free throw shooter. A good reason that Centennial is 10th in the league at a 64.7% team free throw shooting percentage. What's interesting about the Lords being 7-0 first place in the East is they are dead last in the league in free throw percentage. They get to the line as much as the other teams. Not an absurd amount, but on par with the rest of the league, but are struggling to knock down their free throws, but it hasn't prevented them from finishing off games. As we've seen, good defense can go a long way. They've held the very high scoring Centennial team to just 12 points here so far in this one. As we mentioned, Centennial's third in the league with points per game at 87. Durham down around the 10-11 mark in points per game. As we say, they rely on that defense. Great job there by Centennial to give Buckley a look, but he can't get it to fall. And one thing the Lords have been doing great tonight is quickly transitioning up the floor. They've had a lot of fast break looks. Another one there, but it doesn't go. They move it around here. Jay-Sean Elliott, who finds Rashane Smith crashing, who tucks it in. Great work there. A 28-point lead. Another whistle stops play. And another Colts inbound. This time Crawford finds Sudani. Sudani looks for some help. Gives it over to Jalen Colburn in the game. Had to shoot, shot clock winding down, but he nails it. Great job there by Tayshawn Crawford. Almost ran himself out of time, but bought himself a little bit of room. Pulls it up, knocks it down. Bringing this one a little closer. Good ball movement from the Lords, but it ends up one pass too many. Quickly back the other way. That was Simon Ewan going up, but draws the foul. He'll shoot two. Rashane Smith picking up the foul. Simon Ewan shooting 68% from the free throw line. He's taken 25 free throws this season. This is 26. Here comes 27. As I mentioned, Centennial pretty good from the line. Another one knocked down there, inching their way back in this one. Jay-Sean Elliott over to Miles Hall. Finds Javade Marney. Back to Hall. Stoop will come up, doesn't get a screen. Hall will drive with it, and he'll just guide it into the net. Great job there by Miles Hall. Here's Buckley. Over to Crawford, kicks it to Colburn. Colburn stopped dribbling, had to get rid of it. Finds Buckley, can't get the shot to fall. And Miles Hall will just let this one roll out of play. Miles Hall currently sitting on a team-high 10 points. Trailing him is Marnie and Smith, both with 8. As here's Marnie with it. Spin off there, trying to get to the rim. Gives it off to Stoop in an awkward position. It ends up out of bounds, but Durham's going to maintain possession of the ball. They'll inbound it to Stoop. Kicks it out to Marnie. Marnie's pass trying to find Sean Elliott, I believe. Either off a hand or an arm. Lords will maintain possession, but there are 8 seconds left on the clock to shoot. Gets it in, goes up. Tayshawn Crawford one up with him again. This time he paid the price. Sean Elliott getting on the scoreboard despite being all around the rim for the first time. Ewan still with the ball after almost losing it, gets it for a shot, and he knocks it down. A nice little touch there by Ewan in the corner of the paint. That pass from Elliott trying to find Hall was an errant one. Ends up in the Colts bench, and they will take over. That'll force Durham to call a timeout here with 6 minutes remaining in the first half. A handed lead over the Centennial Colts. We'll take a quick break up here. When we come back, more men's OCAA action to come. Hello everybody, welcome back. Those amazing video reels you are seeing on our breaks were brought to you by our great athletics team here, edited up. Our producer Leo Solorzano, big hand in the creation of those. Shout out to him and his team. They've been doing a great job here all season long. Back underway here, Colts down 15. 6 minutes to go in the second quarter. Tayshawn Crawford gets it, top of the paint, puts it up, off the rim, rebounded by the Lords. Hall kicks it all the way over for Elliott driving, can't get it to fall. Crawford back at the other end. He's going to draw the foul and put it home. Great job there by Tayshawn Crawford. Coming into the day, Crawford letting them fly at a 65.5 percentage from the line. That's his 30th free throw of the year, so a good sample size there. Quickly back the other way. That was Rashane Smith trying to catch him off guard. Doesn't work. Centennial regains. Still just down 15 now. Not out of reach yet. Colts would love to get it a little closer before heading into the locker room, as that one ends up kicking out of play. It'll be Durham ball for Mark Stoop. Here's Miles Hall working on Kane Caesar. We'll kick it to Stoop. We'll give it right back to Hall. Hall will go in. He'll find Marnie crashing for the bucket. Kane Caesar looking for a response for Centennial. Good perimeter ball movement here. Darius Talbot back to Kane Caesar. Over to Tayshawn Crawford. Can't get it to fall, but the rebound right there, it's Abdullah Sudani fighting for it. Great job in there by Sudani. Oh no, but as the replay comes in, all the way down at the other end by himself was Marnie. That's the Lords again in fast break transition, making the Colts pay for an easy breakaway too. So they'll quickly get the bucket back as Crawford crashes in, draws the foul. As you'll get a look at that bucket that you missed. Marnie added a little extra juice on that slam. But it comes back down the floor, and Tayshawn Crawford will try to get something going here. Currently leading the way for Centennial is Tayshawn Crawford with 8 points. Ewan crashing there, couldn't get it to fall off the inbound. That one's fought for. Somehow it still ends up in the hands of Rashane Smith, who just tries to launch it back in, but no luck. Another turnover, it ends up in the hands of Smith again, and a big crash underneath the rim between Abdullah Sudani and Smith. Sudani looks to be shaken up a little bit on the play, hops up and looks all right. Ewan will check out, take a breather. Quentin McCarthy comes on the floor for him. But that collision results in Smith shooting a pair. Can't get the first one to go. Before that, Smith was 2 for 2 on the evening. .59 on the year. That one drops. The highest scorer per game on this Lords team is Javade Marnie with 12.1 points per game, but they get a lot of spread out scoring. They have Elliott, Hall, Marnie, and Caleb Carter all averaging over 10 points a game. That one falls through for the Colts. Darius Talbot gives the assist over to Abdullah Sudani on that last bucket. Whistle stops play here. On the floor for the Colts, Talbot, Caesar, Crawford, Sudani. Actually now, Wilson on the floor for Sudani. As that one's called a defensive foul on Caesar. You get a look at the replay. Tough one there. Ate all of it and took the foul. Nobody in too much foul trouble yet. Nobody at 3. That was Caesar's first of the game. Turnovers are even, but rebounds, a large disparity in Lord's favor. Currently up 23-10 in total rebounds. Fouls among the same as well. Crawford puts that one up from downtown, can't get it to fall. Headman pass coming in from Elliott, trying to find a breaking Marnie. Nothing doing. $18-point deficit as we get a little closer. McCarthy tried to do something about it, but can't get it to fall. He's going to get another chance, potentially. This time he drives it and will put it back. Good job there by Quentin McCarthy. 2 minutes and 20 seconds to go, second quarter. Colts bench trying to jack up the defense. In need of a big stop here as Marnie crashes. Doesn't get it to go. Rebound. He also can't get that to go, but it's off out of bounds. Colts last touch. As the officials will get together to discuss the call. We have one team yelling it's the other possession, one team yelling to add seconds on the shot clock. Neither of those happen. And Kashala will inbound. Oh, that was Rudy Fahik driving, met with force by McCarthy, went up to take the foul. The bucket is good, so this is a 3-point attempt as McCarthy comes over to the official, just looking for a quick civil explanation. Crawford back the other way. They'll work the perimeter over to Talbot. Talbot back to Caesar, who finds Crawford. Crawford puts it up, has some words for Elliott as well. Crawford team high. 10 points. Getting it done here for Centennial. He's going to need some help if they're going to crawl their way back in this one. Great job there, though. Crawford back the other way, around, up, good. Sean Crawford, look at this beautiful touch. Great job by our crew to give you another look at that one. Whistle's going to come in, though, for a foul. Reset things on the floor for Durham. Jay-Sean Elliott to inbound. Stoop with it now. That's Fahik. Decides to shoot. No good off the rim. Nice rebound there and handles by Elliott, who will kick it over to Stoop. He misses. Headman pass from McCarthy, finds Talbot, tries to go up with it. Defended by Fahik, but he was last touch. 44 seconds as we wind her down in the first half. Crawford thought about the shot, opts against it. Takes it now, off the glass. It's going to be 2 shots for Xander Wilson, trying to fight for the rebound. And a chance to bring this one within 15. So after falling down 24-9 in the first quarter, the Colts have played to an even 22-22 second quarter here and now trail just 15. Wilson knocks that one down. He gets his first point of the night. 2 rebounds and assists to go along with the effort so far. Gets them both to go. Great job, Xander Wilson, to execute those. Bring this within 13 for the first time in a long time. Xander Wilson, 61.5% free throw shooter. That was his 14th and 15th tries of the year. Getting to the line a little bit more as we move on. As you get a look at that replay with the crash going at the net, going down there. Good job by the Colts to draw the offensive foul. .25 seconds to go. 5 seconds separate shot and game clocks. Caesar doing a great job keeping the ball, but it does trickle out of bounds, and Centennial will lose possession. So wipe away a shot clock. We'll see what the Lords can do before we head to the locker room. Caleb Carter tries to work around a screen from Rashane Smith, but he's called on the pick. Maybe a little bit of a break going Centennial's way. They'll look to take advantage and bring this one a little closer. So it's Crawford with Talbot, Wilson, Caesar, and McCarthy. See if they can get McCarthy a 3-ball. It's going to be Crawford to shoot. Hands it off to Wilson, crashing. What's the call here? They're going to talk about it, but I think it's going to be Wilson to shoot 2, which seems to be the obvious result of that play. So after knocking down 2 a few seconds ago, Xander Wilson will try and hit 2 more. Gets that one to fall down. Just 3 seconds left on the clock once this falls through. It does. Great work by Xander Wilson. 4 for 4 on free throws to finish this off. Good job by McCarthy to keep that in. It's yeeted down by Crawford. It looked to have a pretty good line, but too much juice off the top of the backboard. No good. So an 11-point game. A great job by the Colts to respond in that second quarter, taking it 26-22, bringing it to a 46-35 total. Tayshawn Crawford leading the way, 5 for 11 from field goal range, and 12 points on the board. When we come back, Centennial will be trying to fight it out and come back as the 7-0 Lords will try and hang on to stay undefeated. We'll see in a bit. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Athletic and Wellness Center here in Scarborough. Centennial Colts battling with the Durham Lords as we're set to get underway in the third quarter here. The Lords sitting at 7-0 coming into today, top the East Division. Meanwhile, Centennial coming in at 4-3. Found themselves down big in the first quarter, but fought back in the second to bring this one a little closer. These two teams faced off against each other twice last season. Durham took both of the matchups, first one coming in mid-November, 85-71. The second one coming later in January, taking that one 81-71, a little closer. As that one gets a little bit of help from the air, falls down. O'Neal Turton picks up the foul. Miles Hall with the layup now, shooting to finish the and one. Doesn't get it to go. Rebounded there by Ewan, back the other way. Ewan finds Caesar. He's going to drive. Decides against it with the big stoop, meeting him halfway. Crawford works it around the perimeter. It's Turton that has it knocked out of his hands. And it'll be Lord's ball. Stoop all the way across. And then back to Hall. Hall working on Caesar. Gets him to shake loose. Pulls up the shot, but bricks it a little bit off the rim. Crawford drives one, can't get it to fall. Battling for the rebound with Stoop. Rips it out of his hands. No whistle. Back come the Lords. Here's Hall getting double teamed there by the Colts. Works around it. They put it up for Stoop. Somehow that ends up resting on the rim for him to finish off. They restore their 15-point lead they once had. Crawford, as we mentioned before the half, sitting on a team high 12 points, tries to drive in there, met heavily by Marnie and Stoop, but the whistle comes in to draw the foul. Good job by Crawford. Misses that first one, and he's frustrated with himself as the Colts need every last point to try to inch this one closer. That one doesn't fall as well. Good job, though, by the Colts to work it back. Turton fighting for it, still with it. And a whistle is going to stop play. And something happened there with Turton fighting for the ball, so .10 seconds on the shot clock. Turton finds Caesar, who's wide open, opted against the shot. He's got 2 to shoot, and it's going to ring down. I don't know if he knew how much time was on the shot clock. He had a wide open opportunity to take a shot, passed up on it. There's Hall with it again. Marnie and Hall with 12 points. Rashane Smith with 11. That's where most of the offenses come from for Durham. Whistle coming in, and Jay-Sean Elliott is going to hit the line to shoot 2. Kane Caesar picks up his 3rd personal. Something to keep an eye on moving forward. The only other person sitting on 3 fouls is Miles Hall. of the Lords. Good D there by Turton. Darius Talbot working on their men. Whistle comes in. The Lords players don't like that call, but Buckley will inbound it for Talbot. Tries to put it up and over for Turton, but mishandles it, and Durham steals it right back. Turton gets whistled for the foul, trying to regain possession. That'll be his second foul. Here's Jashawn Elliott. Switches with Stoop, but a collision on the switch off. And somehow we've got a penalty. We'll take a look at the replay here. I think it was on Turton. They got pretty tangled up trying to work off each other. It was on Turton. So back-to-back fouls by Turton will send him to the bench. Xander Wilson checks back into the game. On the floor for the Colts, Darius Talbot, Tavon Buckley, Tayshawn Crawford, Xander Wilson, and Simon Ewan. Talbot to inbound the ball all the way across to Buckley, and they'll see what they can get started. Down 15, 7 minutes to go in the third quarter. A very slow start, the difference, as out of the gate, Centennial found themselves down 10-1 for the first 4 minutes of this game. But it's been pretty even since. Durham fights that one back the other way. Jashawn Elliott again going up, met by hands. He's had a lot of contact driving the rim tonight. Seems like every time there's a yard sale when he goes up. Trying to find Stoop in the middle. No success, but somehow the Lords still have possession. But Ewan will turn it back the other way quickly for Buckley. Backs off with Hall right on him. Trying to find Ewan in the middle. Not a very strong pass, picked off. Fast break the other way. Fouled on his way up is Javad Marnie. Substitution coming in. Abdullah Sadani checks in for Ricketts Ewan. Marnie will shoot a pair. A 28.9% free throw shooter. Part of the struggles we've seen in this Durham team, one of their few struggles has been free throws. Mentioned earlier in the broadcast, they are dead last in the league in free throw percentage. Despite that gleaming 7-0 record. Here's Buckley back across for Talbot. Little catch there. Trying to find Sudani, the big man in the paint. They'll scramble for it. They'll still scramble for it. Good job by Sudani to come away with it. And Talbot knocks it down after a rugby scrum on the ground for the ball. They'll flip it out to Talbot for the wide open look. Good shot there, and now we're within 12. Little lob pass in there was Marnie trying to find Smith. Can't finish it off. Colts regroup and back the other way. Big possession here. This would bring it within 10 if the Colts can find something. Crawford drives. He's met, and he'll shoot two. It's Rashane Smith coming across the top, or rather over the top. That's his third foul of the game, something to monitor. Crawford misses that free throw. Gets that one to go, but we're going to have a foul called on, I think, Xander Wilson. Going up for the rebound. It was. It was a call on Wilson trying to get the ball. And Glody Kashala will check in for the Lords, while Stoop goes all the way down the other end to shoot a pair. Colts sitting on 5 team fouls. Nothing but net on that one. That one falls through for Stoop after a couple bounces. Talbot finds Buckley quickly to Sudani. Tried to take it himself, doesn't get it. Quickly headman the other way. Oh, Marnie tried to slam it, but he misses. Big points going back the other way. If Buckley can nail this off the rim, what an opportunity there for Centennial. Another quick headman. Great job by Tayshawn Crawford to get back and knock that away. But not only gain possession, as they've tried this headman 3 times in a row now. That time, it was way out in front of Miles Hall, as you can see on the replay there. That was the missed dunk coming through from Jay-Sean Elliott. They try the headman pass again. It's in front of Hall. He does a great job to keep it in bounds. It was Marnie trying to go up and finish it after he kept it in play, but he was fouled by, I think, Sudani coming back crashing. So after the timeout, we'll sort out the foul, see if he's shooting a pair or not. I do believe he was in motion. So we'll see the ball at the line there. When we come back momentarily here, still some action left in the third quarter. .454 remaining in the third quarter. Colts trying to fight their way back in this one. Marnie will shoot 2 out of the break. Misses that one. 0 for 2, now 0 for 3 from the line tonight. That's his 13th point that he knocked down, tying Tayshawn Crawford for game high. McCarthy, he gets his first look of the half from beyond the land, doesn't get it to fall. Colts maintain possession, 10 on the clock. Buckley with the step, and the feed to Crawford, he can't get it to fall. Rebounded by the Lords. Oh, behind the back goes Hall. He goes up and finishes a nice play. Great job there by Miles Hall, who takes advantage and takes over the game high with 14 points. Here's Jay-Sean Elliott for Hall. Back to Elliott. He drives, runs through Crawford, and that's an offensive foul. Great work there to get his feet set by Tayshawn Crawford, the third year from West Humber Collegiate Institute. "13 points, 4 rebounds, 1 assist so far for Crawford. Quiet night from Buckley. Colts are going to need him to step up big here to fight their way back in this game. Play stopped after a Colt player ran through the Lord's player on the way back up the court. So Rudy Fahik will start it back over for Durham. Gets a pick from Stoop there, who will take the shot. It's contested, and Centennial comes away with it. Talbot, he's just going to put it up. It doesn't fall, and Durham quickly back the other way. Tried to put up an alley-oop one there for Marnie. That could have been dangerous. Fahik around the top. Stoop gets it back. Puts that one up well short, but an excellent job to keep it in bounds. Great work there. Glody Kashala to set up an assist. Keep that ball alive. Tayshawn Crawford puts it up. No good. Too much weight on that. Heavily guarded down in the corner is Ewan, who will throw it up and over and finds Buckley. Great job to get himself out of danger there. Rebounded at the net by Wilson after Buckley's shot was no good. Good job by Xander Wilson to finish that one off. Xander Wilson now up to 6 points. That shot coming in no good from Caleb Carter. Colts quickly back the other way in transition. It's Crawford battling in. Doesn't get it to fall. And now Durham takes it through. Nice feed there. That's Rudy Fahik to finish it off. Talbot will try and slow it down a little bit here. Finds Buckley at the top. Kicks it to Ewan. He's going to drive. Open look. Make no mistake. Simon Ewan finishing that one off. Now playing defense on Fahik. Fahik kicks it back for Glody Kashala, but Kashala can't get the shot to fall. Bad pass from Xander Wilson results in him going up for a block and taking a foul. It was Glody Kashala on the turnover. Xander Wilson getting called for his second personal foul. Crowd trying to play with Marnie on that one. It is successful, but still a 18-point deficit here in Scarborough between the first place Lords and the fourth place Colts in the OCAA's East Division. Stoop finds Fahik back at the top. He's being watched by Talbot. He'll trade off with Wilson. Stoop drives, can't get it to fall. Gets his own player in the mouth with an elbow. Kashala seems to be okay after taking a healthy dose of Mark Stoop's elbow. Great job there by Tayshawn Crawford to pick it off. Gets a breakaway. Oh, I saw it coming. Glody Kashala chased him down, swats it away, but does get called for the foul. No, he didn't get called for the foul, so great job there by Glody Kashala. I thought I heard the whistle come in. So the inbound gets sent to Talbot, but he misses. Rebound fought for underneath. Stoop coming down with it. The 6'6" Mark Stoop pulling that one out of the air. Good job there by Marnie at the other end of the floor to finish it off. 35 seconds to go in the third quarter before we get another quick break here. Colts down 20. Crawford kicks it back to Buckley. 6 to shoot. Finds Talbot wide open off the rim. Rebound there. Two Colts fighting for the rebound. And it ends up in the hands of the Lords. Fahik has 6 to shoot. Doesn't give the ball over. Finds Stoop inside instead. Good play by Fahik. Stoop finishes it off, and time expires for the third quarter. So a 22-point deficit here. The Colts face a tough battle if they're going to try to climb their way back in this one when we come back. And we're back underway here in the fourth quarter. Zach Phillips alongside producer Leo Solorzano. Centennial Colts down 65-43 to the first place Durham Lords. Good ball movement out of the break there. Buckley knocks it down. Take a look at the replay there. Good perimeter movement. And Mars Buckley gets some points on the board. He's up to 8. Caleb Carter trying to respond with one of his own. Doesn't get it to fall. Good job on the rebound. Quickly the other way. Gets Mars Buckley again. Whistle coming in for the foul on Jalen Caleb Carter. Javade Marnie sitting on 15 points. That's your game high. 14 right behind him is Miles Hall. For Centennial, Tayshawn Crawford with 13 and Tavon Buckley with 8. Durham doubled the Colts up in that third quarter to extend their lead. After a fairly even second quarter, saw Centennial actually get the best of Durham for that one. A beautiful headman pass, a bullet right to the chest, and Talbot goes in and finishes it off. Still plenty of time for Centennial to do something, but they're going to have to get going quick. As that one misses, and quickly back up the other way is Talbot again. In for Crawford, nice finish. So a quick back-to-back points will do just that, bringing it to 15. And there's a little bit of life here in the AAWC. Rudy Fahik, though, tries to put a little cap on that. Nice finish from him. Buckley back up at the other end of the floor. Crawford kicks it to Talbot, trying to get Simon Ewan in a spot that's favorable for him. Ends up back at Talbot. Again, tries to get the pick. Nothing cooking. Ball's turned over, and back the other way go the Lords. Missed pass there, and Centennial's going to get another chance to work their way back. Crawford over underneath. That's Jaden Williams back on the floor, just unable to finish that one off. Rudy Fahik's going to try and slow things down a little bit after the pace picked up out of the third quarter. Nice job there. Crawford picks off that pass. Back quickly the other way. Has it swatted away, but the whistle comes. Foul coming in on Glody Kashala. So Crawford will try to inbound. Ewan over to Talbot. Trying to get a pick again from Ewan, no good. They'll work it around the perimeter instead. Buckley kicks it down to Crawford. Nothing doing on the three ball. Miles Hall charging in, but the whistle comes in as Crawford will pick up his second personal. Durham has yet to make a three-point shot in this one, but still find themselves up 17. 0 for 10 from beyond three-point range. Meanwhile, Centennial is 3 of 20. Tough 15% team percentage. Crawford will hit the line after the foul by Zach Morris. Durham up to 3 team fouls now, just 3.5 minutes into this quarter. Jaden Williams checks out for Xander Wilson. So Wilson back on the floor. Tayshawn Crawford. Simon Ewan loses it, and the Lords go back up the other way. Good pass there from Caleb Carter into the hands of Javed Marnie. Headman all the way across for Crawford, but he loses a handle on it. Quickly back the other way is Marnie again. Nice finish. Now 20 points, we sit again. Crawford has that one blocked by Stoop. Quickly headman for him after the block. Nice job in transition to get up the floor, but he's unable to work that ball back around for a look from Carter. So Talbot will check it in for Buckley. Quentin McCarthy finds Xander Wilson. High pass handled by Buckley, who will kick it to Simon Ewan, trying to crash, loses a handle on it. It ends up back in McCarthy's hands, who misses from 3. Carter kicks it to Morris. Morris back with it after Miles Hall kicks it to him. Building up their lead are the Lords. Points off turnovers, again the story as we saw in the first game between Durham and Centennial as the women's teams faced off. It was Centennial taking advantage of the turnovers, capitalizing off them. But in this game, it's the Lords with 22 points off of turnovers. Really a driving force in this big lead. As Talbot takes it back up the floor. That shot no good, rebounded but stepped out. Trying to gain it, gather it up was Caleb Carter. So Colts will get possession. Talbot working in, finds Buckley. He'll step out for the 3, no good. Swatted by Morris for the rebound. Headman finds Marnie, who just takes a quick pause, finds where the defender was, and then finishes it off. A little bit of how are ya from Marnie. Colts bench didn't really like that. But we got a timeout here, 77-54. We'll take a quick break and be right back. Hello everyone, welcome back into the AWC. Zach Phillips here. 4 minutes and 20 seconds to go in the fourth quarter. Colts down big here to the first place Durham Lords, who will move to 8-0 with the victory if this holds up over the next 4 minutes and have the best record in the OCAA at 8-0. There are some other undefeated teams in the West, St. Clair and Humber both sitting at 6-0. But Durham now 2 games in hand, 2 victories in hand, will go first place in the league. Not done yet though. Colts will try to have a say in that as they try to fight off falling to 500. And down into 6th, 7th place with the loss. Up next for Centennial, they'll head to Loyalist on the 23rd this Saturday. Meanwhile, Durham will head to St. Lawrence to face the Surge. Here comes Miles Hall with it. Hall averaging 10.7 points per game, over that here today. Been a big part of this offense throughout the night for the Lords. Good headman pass from Talbot, finds McCarthy. He'll tuck it home. Quentin McCarthy now up to 5 points on the night. Here is the aforementioned Hall working on Talbot. I believe that was tipped out of bounds, and it's going to be the Lord's ball. So Jeremiah Gordon will check in for, I believe, the first time today. That'll send Mark Stoop to the bench with 3 minutes to go here. O'Neal Turton sent over into the Colts bench. Everybody looks to be okay after a couple chairs crashing. We mentioned coming into this one, Centennial third in the league in points per game. Really shut down by the Lords defense here today. Durham relied heavily on defense. They have not made a three-point attempt all night, but yet find themselves up 20 points. Miles Hall can't get that one to fall. Hits the ground pretty hard. Seems to be all right, though. Buckley back at the other end. He's no good from three. Rebounded by the Lords. And pitch and catch back up the other way. Hall's got it now. It was Talbot that had him locked up. Not sure why the whistle came in. We'll see. It was for a foul on Talbot, his second personal. Colts will be back at home against Fleming on November 27th, a week from today. They'll hit the road again after the break and won't be home until January 16th. So that November 27th home game will be your last chance for some Colts basketball before Christmas break. Make sure you get on out and support the Colts. Lords quickly in transition. That's Caleb Carter putting it home. 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter. Buckley battling it in. Nice job there, Tavon Mars-Buckley. Take a look at the replay. Nice little drive. Beats Zach Morris up. Morris will inbound with Colts desperately trying to crawl back in it. Carter puts it up off the rim. Good job by Quentin McCarthy on the rebound, who will spring Mars-Buckley. Can't get the layback, the putback to fall, but McCarthy does. Good job by Quentin McCarthy off the rebound. Crawford sitting at 16 points, Buckley sitting at 13, McCarthy sitting at 11. On the other side for the Lords, it's Javaid Marnie taking over with 21 points. Game high, team high for them. Just under a minute to go now as that one bounces out of play. Lords would be content to line this clock down as Miles Hall challenges as it winds down. Buckley hends it up the other way. Good finish by Tavon Myers-Buckley on a nice pass in stride. 29 seconds to go as the Lords will just fire this one around. Winding this clock out. Centennial, as I mentioned, 2 games to go before the Christmas break. Currently now 1-3 at home and 3-1 on the road. Their losing streak will drop to 2. Meanwhile, the Durham Lords undefeated, 8-0, as they try to have a clean sweep of the first half of the season. Thanks to Miles Hall and Javaid Marnie, 21 and 18 points respectively. An all-around great effort from the Lords, who right out of the gate took a hold of this one, jumping ahead 10-1 and never really looking back. The Colts pushed back in the second quarter a bit, but that was all they could muster. Myers-Buckley eventually ends up as the leading scorer, but took him a while to get going. Tayshawn Crawford was doing most of the heavy lifting early on, and Centennial never really found a way back into the game. But still, lots of time left this year. Centennial's done a lot of great things early this year they'll try to build off of as they head down the stretch. That's all from us here from Coltsnet Live. Zach Phillips with Leo Solorzano. A great day of basketball here. We'll be back for more before the Christmas break. Thanks again, and have a good night.